The prophecy of the Queen of Sheba. For centuries, the world believed the story ended with Solomon, but hidden in the sands of Arabia lies a forgotten prophecy, spoken by a queen whose wisdom rivaled his own. Some say she foresaw the fall of empires. Others swear she carried a secret that could unite or divide three great faiths. And in the ruins beneath Jerusalem and the mountains of Ethiopia, researchers have found symbols identical to those tied to Solomon's forbidden knowledge. Who was this queen who dared to stand before a king? What did she see in the stars that made even Solomon fall silent? And why do modern secret societies still whisper her name? Tonight, we step into the oldest crossroads of legend, power, and prophecy to uncover the untold connection between King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. The secrets beneath Zion. That night, long after the feasts and ceremonies faded into quiet, Solomon led the Queen of Sheba beneath the Temple Mount, into chambers few living souls had ever seen. Torches flickered against walls etched with symbols older than Israel itself. These tunnels, he explained, were carved by command of the Djinn, who bent stone like softened clay. But even they feared to go deeper. The queen ran her fingers across the markings, recognizing some, others impossibly, matching inscriptions from her own homeland of Saba. How could symbols separated by deserts, oceans, and centuries be identical? Only one explanation remained. These markings predated their kingdoms, their people, perhaps even their faiths. Solomon revealed that the oldest scrolls in his archives spoke of a first covenant, one not made with tribes or kings, but with the watchers of the heavens. A covenant meant to preserve divine wisdom across civilizations. Some said it was a gift. Others whispered it was a warning. As they walked deeper, the air grew colder, heavy with an ancient pulse. The queen sensed it too, a trembling underfoot, as though something slumbered in the rock. Solomon stopped before a sealed door of smooth black stone. Unlike the others, this one bore no inscription, only a faint circular groove, the exact size of Solomon's ring. "I never open this door," he whispered. "Not even with the power I command." The queen's voice trembled. "What lies beyond it?" Solomon lifted the torch. "A chamber spoken of only in fragments, a vault built not by my ancestors, but by a civilization lost to time. Some believe it holds relics that can shape kingdoms. Others believe opening it would unbalance the world. But they were not alone. Unseen in the darkness, hooded scribes, members of an early secret sect later tied to proto-Masonic orders, watched from hidden alcoves. They too sought the vault, for in their coded teachings this chamber held the source of dominion, a power capable of bending destiny. Neither Solomon nor Sheba knew it yet, but their meeting had awakened forces that had waited centuries for such a moment. The secrets beneath Zion. That night, long after the feasts and ceremonies faded into quiet, Solomon led the Queen of Sheba beneath the Temple Mount, into chambers few living souls had ever seen. Torches flickered against walls etched with symbols older than Israel itself. These tunnels, he explained, were carved by command of the Djinn, who bent stone like softened clay. But even they feared to go deeper. The queen ran her fingers across the markings, recognizing some, others impossibly, matching inscriptions from her own homeland of Saba. How could symbols separated by deserts, oceans, and centuries be identical? Only one explanation remained. These markings predated their kingdoms, their people, perhaps even their faiths. Solomon revealed that the oldest scrolls in his archives spoke of a first covenant, one not made with tribes or kings, but with the watchers of the heavens. A covenant meant to preserve divine wisdom across civilizations. Some said it was a gift. Others whispered it was a warning. As they walked deeper, the air grew colder, heavy with an ancient pulse. The queen sensed it too, a trembling underfoot, as though something slumbered in the rock. Solomon stopped before a sealed door of smooth black stone. Unlike the others, this one bore no inscription, only a faint circular groove, the exact size of Solomon's ring. "I never open this door," he whispered. "Not even with the power I command." The queen's voice trembled. "What lies beyond it?" Solomon lifted the torch. "A chamber spoken of only in fragments, a vault built not by my ancestors, but by a civilization lost to time. Some believe it holds relics that can shape kingdoms. Others believe opening it would unbalance the world. But they were not alone. Unseen in the darkness, hooded scribes, members of an early secret sect later tied to proto-Masonic orders, watched from hidden alcoves. They too sought the vault, for in their coded teachings this chamber held the source of dominion, a power capable of bending destiny. Neither Solomon nor Sheba knew it yet, but their meeting had awakened forces that had waited centuries for such a moment. Whispers of the Djinn. As dawn crept over Jerusalem, the wind carried a strange hum, a resonance the Queen of Sheba felt long before she opened her eyes. Her attendants said it was only the desert breeze, but she knew better. This sound was deliberate, alive. She wrapped her cloak and stepped onto the balcony of her guest quarters. Far below, the courtyards of Solomon's palace flickered with shadows, moving too swiftly to be human. The queen whispered an ancient prayer, one used only by the high priestesses of Saba when dealing with unseen forces. The shadows paused. Then slowly they dissolved into morning light. Later that afternoon, Solomon revealed to her what she already suspected. The Djinn were restless. "They heard the prophecy in your stars," he said quietly. "They remember what humans forget." He explained that the Djinn, beings forged from smokeless fire, were neither good nor evil, but bound to the hidden order of creation. Some had served him willingly, others only obeyed the force of the seal. Yet all were stirred by the queen's arrival. They whispered of a convergence, a moment where two lines of destiny crossed. The queen listened, her gaze distant. "In Saba," she said, "our oldest legend speaks of a woman who would journey north to meet a king of unmatched wisdom, and that their meeting would awaken guardians long dormant. Not angels, not demons, something in between." As they spoke, a cold gust extinguished two nearby torches. Solomon did not flinch. Instead, he reached into the shadow between the pillars and murmured a command in a language older than Hebrew or Sabaean. A distorted silhouette emerged, tall, slender, flickering like smoke caught in moonlight. A Djinni. Bound by the seal, it bowed to him, then turned its gaze toward the queen. Its voice vibrated like metal bending. "She carries the star mark, the sign of the one foretold." The queen stiffened. "What star mark?" The Djinni extended a finger of whirling ash toward the amulet resting on her chest. A symbol glowed faintly beneath the gold, a symbol she had never noticed. Then the creature spoke a final chilling line. "If the vault is opened, the balance will break." Before either could question it, the Djinni vanished into a trail of sparks. The queen felt her pulse quicken. Prophecy no longer lay in scrolls or stars. It spoke now directly through the unseen, and someone else had heard it. Deep beneath the city, in the tunnels the queen had walked the night before, the proto-Masonic scribes gathered, chanting a single ambition: open the vault, claim what was denied. The hidden sect beneath Jerusalem. 1,800 characters, tense, layered with history, building momentum, while Solomon and the queen attempted to unravel the meaning of the Djinni's warning. Another force moved like a shadow beneath the city, the secret sect known as Bani Haor, the Sons of the Hidden Light. They were scholars, masons, and mystics who believed that Solomon's reign marked the closest humanity had ever come to mastering divine knowledge. But unlike Solomon, they had no patience for restraint. Their teachings claimed that deep below the Temple Mount lay a chamber from a forgotten age, a vault holding an artifact known only as the Heart of Dominion. Some said it was a gem forged in the dawn of creation. Others whispered it was a tablet of pure celestial fire. Whatever it was, the sect believed it could grant sovereignty over nations, spirits, even fate itself. The queen's arrival had stirred them. The prophecy of Sheba, long dismissed as myth, was woven through their coded manuscripts. It warned that the vault would open only when the star-marked queen and the king of the seal walked the path as one. And so they watched, waiting for the moment the two might unknowingly unlock it. Within a chamber lit by blue flame, the sect's leaders pored over ancient scrolls stolen from both Israelite and Sabaean sources. Their high elder, wrapped in linen bands inked with forbidden symbols, pressed his palm to a relief depicting Solomon's ring and spoke. Tonight the alignment begins. The Djinn tremble. Prophecy awakens. If we seize the heart of dominion now, before the king and queen unite their wisdom, its power will be ours alone. But opening the vault required more than desire. It required knowledge the sect did not have yet. So they turned to the oldest method, manipulation. As the sun sank below the horizon, a hooded emissary of the sect approached the queen's caravan. Posing as a scholar from Egypt, he offered her a scroll said to contain the missing half of her kingdom's prophecy. The parchment was old, genuine, and poisonous with intent. Inside, the scroll spoke of a final task the queen must complete. Enter the chamber of the black stone. Do not let the king stand beside you. The truth is meant for the queen alone. A lie crafted with precision. That night, as Sheba read by torchlight, she felt a pull, an ache of destiny, or perhaps manipulation disguised as fate. The imagery matched her kingdom's legends so closely that doubt began to take root. She wondered if Solomon was hiding something, if the Djinn served him only, if the vault's truth belonged to her people instead. Exactly what the sect had hoped. Under the city, the sons of the hidden light prepared to strike. All they needed was for the queen to take one step toward the black stone door. The night of the black door. The moon hung low over Jerusalem, swollen and red like an ancient warning. Inside the hidden corridors beneath the Temple Mount, the queen moved silently, guided only by the faint glow of her amulet. Every step echoed like a heartbeat against the stone. Something was calling her, whether destiny or deception she could no longer tell. Ahead, the black stone door waited. Its surface reflected no light. It absorbed it, swallowing the flicker of her torch. The queen felt the weight of the scroll's instructions in her hand. Do not let the king stand beside you. Her mind wavered. Was this truly her path alone? Or had someone twisted the prophecy? She raised her hand toward the circular groove in the center of the door, when a sudden gust extinguished her torch. Darkness. Then a voice behind her. You were never meant to walk this chamber alone. Solomon stepped from the shadows, his ring glowing faintly with the seal's ancient fire. Djinn swirled restlessly behind him, not aggressive but desperate, as if trying to prevent something irreversible. The queen's breath trembled. You followed me? I felt the vault stirring, he answered. And I felt the fear of the Djinn. Someone wants you to believe this prophecy excludes me. Before his words could settle, the tunnel shuddered. Dust fell from the ceiling as hidden doors slid open along the walls. Cloaked figures emerged, the sons of the hidden light, their chants vibrating through the stone. Open the vault, the High Elder commanded. The heart of dominion will choose its rightful master tonight. Solomon stepped protectively before the queen, raising his ring as the symbols on the walls ignited with ancient blue fire. The amulet on the queen's chest burned in response, casting star-shaped reflections across the chamber. For a heartbeat, it seemed the vault recognized them both. The door vibrated. A deep hum resonated through the earth. The queen felt the vault's consciousness. Ancient, immense, neither benevolent nor cruel. It weighed her spirit, measured her intent. And then, it stopped. A sudden silence. A judgment passed. The black stone door dimmed. The glow vanished. The vault rejected them, all of them. The High Elder screamed in rage. The Djinn recoiled. The chamber shook violently as if the earth itself rose to protect what lay inside. Solomon grasped the queen's hand. We must leave. Whatever lies beyond this door was never meant for human hands. Together they fled the collapsing tunnel as the sect members scattered in panic. Dust swallowed their cries. The vault sealed itself once more, its secrets preserved for another age, or perhaps forever. When Solomon and the queen emerged into the starlit courtyard, dawn was breaking. The prophecy was not fulfilled, but neither was it broken. Something had chosen to wait. The queen looked toward the horizon. "Our story is only half written." Solomon nodded. "And its other half lies where your journey began, in Sheba." They thought the vault was sealed forever. They believed the prophecy had failed. But some doors do not open with force. They open with time. Solomon returned to his throne. The Queen of Sheba returned to her hidden kingdom. And the heart of dominion slept once more beneath the stone. Or so the world was told. In the forgotten temples of Ethiopia, in the broken ruins of Sheba, and in scrolls written in languages no empire could erase, there are whispers of a second key. A key the queen carried with her when she crossed the desert. A key never mentioned in any holy book. And those who search for Solomon's power today are no longer digging beneath Jerusalem. They are following her trail. Her story begins next.